Hey Cam fam, welcome back and welcome to Keeping Up with Cam. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning into our channel, and if you're a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back. So today's a little bit different. We do have our Toddler Boy Hairstyle video number 90, but we're actually going to be doing a refresh to this style that you see here. This was the ending of our video number 89. I will link it here if you haven't seen it already, but we're going to refresh this. Let's go. So as you can see, I've taken out the back and I just put everything in twists because I knew that I wanted to keep the front of the hair kind of the same the way that it was, and just kind of do something different with the back. So I'm going in with our Cantu Daily Oil Moisturizer. This is like a cream, and it's going to allow me to prep the hair that I'm using while adding more product and then doing the style. So I'm not putting too much, especially if this hair was blow dried. We don't want it to revert. This is our Camille Rose Honey Hydrate leave-in, my absolute favorite thing to use. I'm so sad that it's almost done. It is worth the money. I will say it time and time again. I was not shipped this product. I bought it with my own money and I will buy it again. Highly, highly recommend. So once I've gone in and I've added product, I'm now going in with our Dupe Denman brush. I will have everything that I use linked in the description if you're looking for those as well. I'm now using our Braid Lock and Twist Gel. This is from African Pride, the Black Castor Miracle. I love this thing. It is new. I've just started using it, but I do find that it holds really well in the hair. It doesn't leave any product buildup, cast, or anything like that, and it kind of just does its job. So I'm going in with our Goody Elastics. I get this from Walmart. Love these. They're strong, but they don't pull or rip the hair out, so I really do like that, and they kind of just do what they need to do. They don't leave like a mold in the hair. It's perfect. I'm also now using our Carol's Daughter Black Vanilla Hydrating Leave-In. It's a little bit rusty. It's a little bit worn, but it is good product. It does work really well. And I've gone in and I've added that just to the ends, and then I've brushed through. Now what I'm doing is I'm splitting that section that we had from the previous braid. We had one big braid in the other one. I'm now splitting these up into smaller sections. So this one, I believe I'm doing 2 or 3. We'll check in a second, but I am doing it smaller so that we can add in beads. So as you can see here, I did that first one regular underhand as I was braiding, right? And when I do underhand, it's fairly a tighter braid, more condensed. So I'm doing this one. As you can see, I started at the root underhand, and then I did the rest of it overhand, and you're going to see the difference in the braid and the length of it once it's completed. I do also go in and add a little bit more of the gel at the ends. I comb it through, and then I just proceed to continue to braid all the way to the ends. You can see with the gel, it holds straighter instead of curling up right away, and you can see the extra length that we have there with the overhand braid. So as you can see, I went back and I did the first one overhand as well, just so that the lengths match each other, especially once I put in the beads. We want everything to kind of be around the same length. Now, I will say adding the gel on does make the ends not curl up right now, but over time it will curl up. That's just what curly hair does, but you can continue to refresh it with the gel and it'll be fine. So as you can see, there's a bit of a difference there between the curly part and the braided part. So I'm going in now with our beads. I'm adding 2 to each end. You can add as many or as little as you like. And then I'm going in and I'm going to use an elastic, the same ones that we use at the root. I'm going to use that to secure the bead. So I'm just going to take a little piece of the hair and I'm going to go over the final bead. No matter how many you use, 3, 4, 5, you're still just going to only put this on the last one. And you're just going to cover it, making sure that it's secure. You want to put enough hair over it so that you can use the elastic and wrap it, but you don't want to put too much hair that you've now shortened your braid for no reason. But you also want to put enough so that it doesn't rip and then rip out the ends of the hair, and then we don't want that. So once you go in and you find the perfect piece of length that you're going to be using, you're just going to wrap that around. I want you to notice that you're going to continue to wrap up. You don't want to just wrap at the same spot. You want to wrap up or wrap beside it, whatever direction you're thinking of, but you don't want to just bunch it up. You want it to be thin so that you're covering the length of the hair that you did use to wrap around the braid, but you're also keeping it secure. You want to make sure that that end is secure in there. It's not going to rip, it's not going to pull, it's not going to tug, and it's being hidden once you put the next bead or set of beads over top of it. So as you can see, I'm just taking my time, and I'm just, well, not taking my time, I'm going a little quickly, but that's because I'm used to the motion. But I'm going to slow it down and just show you guys how I do it. I just continuously wrap over until we get that straight size there. You see how that just looks like a pineapple. I don't know how to explain it, but you can see that it's just straight up. That's exactly what you want. And then the other bead or the other beads are going to go right on top of it, camouflage, and you won't even know that it's there. So we do lose just a bit of length, as you see here, because we had to wrap the hair over the end. Not a big deal. And then we just continue to add the beads. So I'm going back in and I'm doing the same thing with this section. I'm using my cream, I'm going to use my leave-in, I'm going to brush through, and then I'm going to continue with adding elastics and braiding. Now, we are doing this refresh because we are participating in Kitty Caravana or Junior Carnival. We are in Toronto. That's just something that we like to take part in. You will see at the end a little snippet of what he looks like in his costume. But we wanted to just add the beads because it does go with the color theme for his costume this year. It gives it a little bit more movement when they're dancing and jumping around. And also you just want to have a little bit of something fresh when you're going on the road and when you're a part of this parade. Now, I did not have the time to redo this whole style. I am just refreshing, including the front, but this is a style that I want to show that can have longevity. I often do get asked how long these styles last, how long do I keep them in for. This style at this point of the refresh was, I believe, about a week and a half. So you can see how messy or lack thereof that it is in the front for a week and a half's use. So as you can see here, if you don't know how to just overhand or to regularly just braid plait the hair, this is just a little slowed down version of that, of how I'm grabbing the hair with my hands and twisting, and just making sure that everything is neat, straight, and in order as I go down. Make sure you add some gel to the ends and then just continue to braid it down as much as you can. You want to get it as far down as you can, and that's going to eliminate as much curling up of the tips as possible. So I've gone on and added the last set on that bottom row, and he's admiring the work and he's very happy with the progress so far. And he wanted me to take a little video and show you guys what it looks like in the dark. These are actually glow-in-the-dark beads. He's super excited about that, and he likes the fact that at nighttime when he's in bed he can still see his beads. We got these beads at our beauty supply store. They were $1.99. I'm sure that they would be cheaper or around the same price depending on where you are, so you can go ahead and grab those as well if you're interested. Now to refresh the front. Once you're done the back, you're just going to continue doing what I did with making, separating the pieces and adding the beads, as much or as little beads as you'd like. You're going to go in and you're going to unbraid the braid in the front. So I've gone ahead and done that, and now I'm adding in my cream again. I want to make sure that everything is moisturized. You do not want to detangle. You don't want to work with any hair that is dry, any hair that is not brushed, not combed through, but you don't want to brush or comb through before adding product. So you've got to add product always, and then you can work your way through it. So as you can see, I added our leave-in to the ends. I used the comb first, and then now I'm using our brush again. You want to make sure that you're a little bit careful. You don't want to unravel the braids that we have in the front, but as you can see, that's a week to a week and a half of growth. So it's not going to be as fresh looking as the first day that I did it, because obviously these were not individually redone. I would have lost my mind if I had to do all of those over again. But we're just refreshing the big braid and adding in gel to the straggly hairs. So as you can see, I'm going in and I am braiding this up. Again, if you have not seen this video, this style, this is our Fishbone / Allen Iverson braids. Depending on when you grew up, where you grew up, you call it something different. Actually, let me know what you guys call this style, because I feel like it might differ in the US compared to Canada, compared to the UK. You never know. So I'm going in and I'm braiding them. Like I said, this video is linked already if you have not already seen it, so make sure you check it out. And that's a twofer. You get 2 different styles in one now. So I'm going in once I've rebraided it, and I'm adding in elastics again at the end there. And then I'm going to separate these. I'm going to make this section actually into 5. When I originally did this style, I believe I did it in 3, but again, as I said, thinking about adding beads, you want to make them the right size to fit the beads, but also because this is so much hair, we use so much more hair per section for these braids, you're gonna have to make more braids per section for these 4 in the front compared to what we did in the back. So here I'm just looking to make sure that this hairstyle is going to sit properly underneath the headpiece that he's going to be wearing. You will see that in a minute. But Cam was just being super helpful and just trying to show me different ways that it could sit, and he was just really excited that it was going to work out. He was so happy for the parade and for the hairstyle. I did originally want to put beads in all of them, but unfortunately I ran out of time and I ran out of beads. So what I did was I decided that I was going to just put the front piece up in a bun, little man bun situation, and then have the beads in the back and then put the headpiece. So this is what it ended up looking like at the on the day of our parade. As you can see, he is in his costume here. He really enjoyed it. He loved how the style came out. He loved having the beads. So I hope you guys enjoyed this style. This is the second version of this style that you can do. We have the version number 89 and the version number 90. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below, or you can find us on social media at Keeping Up with Cam. Thumbs up this video if you like it. Make sure you share with your friends and family, and don't forget to come back for the next one. Bye.